Yo, what up, WizBot? Sorry, we're just getting everything live here. Here we go. We're live on all the platforms that we stream on, which is not all of them, but it's some of them. Yo, what up? How you doing? Curtain Brand. Probably not saying your name right, but thank you for coming in. MJ, what's up? How we doing? How we doing? Chitana, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, my fingers hurt. I don't know if it's from golfing yesterday or what. Like, these fingers hurt. Not all of them, just a couple of them. I'm getting old, okay? I'm getting old. Casper building the PC today. No, I'm here now. I'm here now. Just had to get everything, you know, set up. Had to get everything going over there. How's everything going? Good. Had my birthday yesterday, it was fun. Got to play some golf. Had some pizza for dinner. What could possibly go wrong? I only worked a half day. I had a great birthday. All right, so today's build, got it right here. Ryzen 7 7700X, 4060 Ti, air cooler CPU, you know, 64 gigs of RAM, just a cool, chill 64 gigs of RAM, 3 terabytes of storage, Asus TUF, Seasonic power supply, and an NZX TH5 Flow case. And that's really it. That's really all we got there. And I'm gonna grab a couple of extra fans for that NZXT case, just because we literally have like a million of these things, and it didn't come with any front fans. So we're gonna slap a couple of those in there, okay? Oh, my back. That definitely hurts from golf. On my birthday, we usually go to a steakhouse. Ooh. So over the weekend, my wife and I's birthdays are 4 days apart. So over the weekend, we kind of like did something together to celebrate our birthdays. So that's where we went and we got like fancy drinks and got ice cream and walked around downtown, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, for like my birthday, I went golfing. Can I have that GPU and I'll give you mine? I'm gonna go ahead and say no, mostly because I wanna build this and get it to the customer. And I don't really wanna wait for yours to get sent here, but I appreciate the sentiment. Okay, so here we go. 4060 Ti, let's get that out of the way. 750 watt power supply, get that out of the way. Okay, ID cooling, CPU cooler, we're just gonna slide that over to the side. And we've got this, the overhead camera now is actually mounted to the ceiling, so I can like it'll still shake a little bit down here, but the camera won't be shaky anymore. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Also, the camera does appear to be like tipped back a little bit right now. So I'm gonna see if I can fix that. Don't know if that fixed it at all. Don't think it did. You know. Nope, doesn't fix it. It's fine. But if you want to send him money, hell, I'll never turn that down. You can send me money, that's for sure. Feel free to send me money. Yours is just a 4060. 4060 Ti is definitely an upgrade from the 4060. Maybe not enough to like warrant buying it, but it is certainly an upgrade, you know? All right. Got our motherboard out here. Let's get all of our extra stuff out of this box. Come on. Abdo, what's up? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, as we say. As the kids would say. Just kidding. Kids don't say that. Would a 4070 Ti be worth the upgrade? Absolutely. That's going to be a huge upgrade from a 4060. Even like a 4070 Super, I would say it would be worth the upgrade. Yeah. All right. Got a bunch of stickies on here that we should get off. Don't know if that has one. This definitely looks like it has one though. Yep, sure does. Okay, got that one off. Get this one off back here. I feel like this one has one. I feel like we've seen that before, but I don't actually know. Yeah. If there is, it's so small, I can't get it, so it's fine. Okay, stickies, peelies off. Adrian, how you doing? Welcome in. All right, so B650E. Oh, that's a sticky right there. Let's take that off. I don't know how I got distracted enough to where I didn't see this one. It's right there in the open. Asus TUF B650E plus Wi-Fi. Great little motherboard. About $180-ish. Great quality. Definitely has good features. And it's gonna be able to run this PC no problemo. Yes, okay. The packaging is dumb. What's everybody up to today? Okay, got a Ryzen 7 7700X here. Botrix finally joined the chat. Well, let's go. 7700X, 8 cores, 16 threads of peak gaming performance. And yes, we are still using 7000 series in a lot of builds because the 9000 series are not that much better and they're much more expensive. So go with 7000 series for now. Okay, we've got that installed. Let's get some storage in here. First, we got a 1 terabyte Gen 4 SSD from Team Group. This is gonna be our primary SSD, so this is what we're gonna install Windows on. So it'll operate as the C drive, if you will. And then we have another 2 terabyte SSD that will operate as secondary storage. All I can think about is pizza since you said you had it for dinner. Pizza. Pizza. I want more pizza. Okay, there's that. Oh, probably help if we flipped it the right way. Okay, got that right there. Can even put our little sticker on here that shows what it is. There we go. Now everybody knows. Everybody knows what it is. God, dude, what's up? I'm new and you just subbed. Hey, thank you so much for coming in and subscribing. Appreciate that. Hasn't shown up yet on my activity feed, but it'll get there. It'll get there. Botrix is a little slow these days. How you doing today, COD dude? Okay. There is 1 terabyte of installed storage. Let's get 2 more. 2 2 more terabytes of installed storage in here. All right. Yeah. Got it. Do I have a Discord server? I do. I don't think I have a command for it. Yeah, I don't have a command for it. I probably should. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. We can fix that. I mean, I can't fix the command right now because your boy is lazy. Let's see here. No, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Create invite. Copied the invite. Now let me walk back over here. Paste the invite. Now I have to walk back over there and press it. Oh wait, no, there's a send button. There's a send button, hold on. There. There's my Discord. My Discord server. You like that Sharp thing? What brand is it? Oh, this thing? This is from Gerber, actually. Gerber. My old financial advisor gave it to me. Hey, all of our subs from the last like year since the last time we streamed. It was a while ago. We've got Shadows, Camila Rupa Singh, Chaotic Killer, all coming in with the subs on the tubes. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a Gerber. I normally carry around a Benchmade. But apparently I left it in the house, so we don't have it today. There we go. Team Group T-Force G50. So we've got 1 terabyte here, 2 terabytes there, and all of our storage is now in. Josh Gaston. It's Nemix. Devin Hurst. See what I mean? When Boxworks was a little slow, but it's catching up now. Okay, let's check. I think we can just put in our CPU cooler now. Installation guide, cool. It's all of that stuff. Bruno Sosa, all available. Coming in with subs on the tubes. Appreciate that. All right, so this is an ID Cooling Frozen 410. It comes with 2 fans and 0 RGB per the instructions of the build. No RGB. No RGB on this build. Antoine McAdams with the sub on YouTube as well. Thank you. All right. So, here's what we got. So that's gonna sit like that. Let's get our AMD stuff out of here. Okay, there's all of our standoffs. That is not AMD, that's an Intel standoff. Here is this guy. Okay, so I think we should have this, like this, and like this. Keep the back plate on. That comes with the motherboard. And then we should be good to go. Don't know what that's for. Guess we'll have to figure out what that little rubber thing's for. Installation guide. LGA, I like it stiff. AMD. Okay, that rubber thing is not listed anywhere in the installation guide. Don't know what this is for. It's not mentioned anywhere in here. Not even in the parts list. So, yeah. Okay. It's not in there. I don't have to use it. That's how it works, right? What up? How we doing, Andrew? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Doing good. Glad to hear that. So interesting. What's interesting? We're gonna speed test through the Spectrum app. And getting 643 out of 1,000. That's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna break off all these little plastic bits off these little standoffs here. Just from the molding process. These are very obviously injection molded parts. Okay, they all came out for that one already. Cool. I didn't really look closely at this installation guide. Just want to make sure I do the AMD one correctly. Which bolts is it? Is there two different sets of bolts? Oh, those are thumb screws and these are bolts. Okay, well, then I guess there really is only one option. Lol. Okay, so these go right over there. Look at this. Join the Discord? Hey, appreciate that. Getting 634 out of 1,000, 33 upload, which they're saying is 109% of your plan. But download speed to your personal device is 135. Your personal device meaning like a cell phone or what? Oh, well, your cell phone is not actually capable of the full speeds that your internet is probably capable of. I would check on your computer before you say there's an actual router bottleneck. Ah! Knocked over my standoff. What up, Devin? Doing good. How are you, man? Birthday stream yesterday was pretty fun. Played some golf live on Kick. That was fun. Was not even 200 download on your PC. Okay. Yesterday indeed. My good sir, my birthday was yesterday. Well, thank you. Wonder if I should throw my PC. Well, your PC can't connect direct to the modem. Your PC has to go through a router. That's the purpose of the router. You can hook it up and like make sure you wire it up to the router, but as far as trying to hook up direct to the modem, that is not something that you can do. All right, slap a bunch of that on there. Work has been crazy. Worked too much yesterday. Don't work too much. I mean, I say that as if I don't also work too much, but you know. Is there something messed up with my thing? Hold on. Do I have another one of these? It feels like there's something messed up with this spatula. Like there was metal shavings or something on that bit of thermal paste. I have to throw some extra thermal paste on there. Trying to get out to the edge of this thing. Yeah, it feels like I'm literally getting chunks of like metal in here. It's weird. Don't see anything on there now. You just ordered some pizza? Nice. They had you do it one time to troubleshoot. It's saying 622 and 24 up on Spectrum's site right now. Interesting. I would use like Okta or some other like third party too. Is it Okta? I can't remember what I use. I would use like a third-party thing too, just to test what it looks like from your browser. Can I have this pick? I think you meant this PC. No, you may not have this PC. Someone else already bought it. And I also don't just give away PCs, because then I wouldn't have much of a business, would I? Daily reminder to drink water. That's what we're doing right here. Okay. That is on there. Let's get our fans on here now. All these stupid little fan bracket things. Okay, so I'll do that way. Why would Ookla be so different? Just like so that it's like a third-party application, not something direct from Spectrum, you know? Call it healthy cynicism. That over there. Okay, let's get our CPU fan thing connected here. So this is gonna run back. We'll connect in like that. Then we'll put on our other fan. So strange. Yeah. Just one of those things, you know. I wouldn't take Spectrum's word for it. I would take the word of other people. You know? Ammo FPS, what's up? Show you coming in with a follow. Appreciate that. I am doing good, man. Doing good. Okay. CPU cooler is installed. Might have to have a discussion with them again. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so we got all the storage in there. We've got our CPU cooler on there now. Just need to get our RAM installed, and then we're ready to start moving to the case. Never use your ISP speed test to do a speed test. ISP will likely inflate the results. Yeah, and honestly, speed tests in general I found can get inflated. Like when I was at Loopfest, I did some speed tests and came back with like 20 megabits per second down and 10 or 15 up. And then I would do an actual like download and I would get like less than 1 megabit per second down. So speed tests in general are not gonna be like the same thing as like real world downloads anyways. Here's his 931 and 91 on Ookla. Ookla, that's what it is. You have Comcast? Yeah. I have Quantum Fiber in my office now. I pay for 500. I believe it's supposed to be 500 up and 500 down. Okay. So, got that done. We're gonna move this on over to the side. I'm gonna swap. Actually, I can leave that camera there for now. We'll get our case out over here. And here we go. The NZX TH5 Flow. This is the 2022 model, because I think that's still the main model available. But it's a great model. It's a great model. And it was like 90 bucks, maybe 85. Very reasonably priced. You have AT&T Fiber, 1 gig up and down. Yeah, fiber is incredible. Fiber is an incredible thing, and it's cheap. For those sorts of speeds, you'd have to pay so much money for those speeds on cable. Comcrap ruled our area. Now Optimum is moving in with fiber. Oh. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna pull the front off too, because like I said, we're gonna add a couple of fans to the front, because that's the kind of person I am, and I have like a million of these fans, so. The customer didn't pay for it, but I'm not really concerned with that. I'm more concerned with making sure that this computer will last, and that it'll be nice and cool while he runs it, you know? Yo, what's up? Stargazer. How we doing? All right, we'll run this fan to the back here. Stick it like that. Grab my bag of mini bolts. Many fan bolts, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Don't need any more of these. I'm gonna put it back. What you put in that thing? Just tuned in. Type in !specs, S-P-E-C-S, and that'll give you the full list. Abbreviated list is an RTX 4060 Ti, an RX 7700X, or AMD Ryzen 7 7700X, and 3 terabytes of storage, 64 gigs of RAM, and 0 RGB. Power supplies, all are Gigabyte 750. Join a local club that has problems with their cheapest pre-built PC. Power supply seems to have failed on 3 different PCs. Sounds like they should have gotten better power supplies. It also could depend on what kind of system they have. Like 750 watt may not be enough for their system depending on what they have in it, you know? What else is in the system? Because that will make a big difference. Where the weed? Not here? You can't find that stuff around here, Abdullah. It's not legal in Idaho. It's only incredible when a squirrel doesn't chew through the cable. Has that happened already to you guys? Yeah, Ammo, this is a pretty nice little build. Definitely capable of pretty much anything you could throw at it. Especially gaming-wise. You know, short of like high-end 4K gaming, this thing can pretty much do it all. All right, those fans are installed now. Now we can lay it down, put our motherboard in. Should be enough. There's just a 3060. Oh yeah, that should be enough. Sounds like it's just a crappy power supply. Hold on, Chadwick's messaging me. Okay, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, I would tell them to, well, I mean, they don't want to like spend more money on it, I'm sure. But I would say if those power supplies die again and they're not under warranty, I would suggest throwing them in the river and getting something from Seasonic or Corsair or EVGA. Any of those are really pretty solid. Okay. Should be the only bolts I need out of there. Happened twice in the last 3 years. Wow, that's crazy. All right, there's our motherboard. It's in. It's not bolted down yet, so let's do that. How you doing today, Carlo? Yeah, I don't think I've ever used a gigabyte, I don't think I've ever used a gigabyte power supply. Maybe once in my 200-ish builds. I don't even use their motherboards anymore because their RGB, unless they fixed it, like their RGB wasn't compatible with a lot of stuff, and it kind of sucked. So I just stopped using Gigabyte for the most part. Was under the impression that Gigabyte also had decent quality. They're okay, but they're not good, in my opinion, on a lot of stuff. Ooh, that felt like it cross-threaded. Come on. There we go. That one did not cross-thread that time. Yeah. I used to think that they had pretty good quality, and then I would run into issues with their stuff. I would buy their GPUs without any concern, but I don't like their motherboards, not necessarily for quality reasons as much as like their software and firmware, and then their power supplies and stuff. I don't know. Okay. Get those all nice and tight. Okay. There we go. These guys can all go into my tray of many things. And we're gonna switch to this one. Oh, okay, sure. 1 second. Okay. All right, so we got that. And we got that. Cool, there we are. Now, that's in there. We got our front fans in there. This is such a simple build. I don't even feel like we really necessarily need to have Susan, but she's been neglected for a while. So I think we should probably get Susan out. So here we go, lazy Susan. You're coming out. Doing good, spent time with good people and tinker with interesting tech. Nice, sounds fun. I'm doing good. My birthday was yesterday, so I am just, having a good time. Went golfing yesterday. I actually live streamed my golf round yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We live streamed it on Kick. I actually had a really good round too. I was kind of surprised. I was a little worried that live streaming my round was gonna distract me enough that I wasn't gonna play well, but I actually played really well. Okay, got that back there. All right, let's work on all this stuff that comes with the case. Okay, all right. HD audio, always first. For no other reason other than that's the way I've always done it, and I can't change now. Okay, HD audio, done. All right, let's get our USBs in here. Here's a USB 3.0. So they're up pretty high. I think we're gonna need to undo this guy down here. USB 3.0, right there, or 3.1, whatever it is. And then our USB Gen 3.2, aka USB-C, if that wasn't obvious. Which it probably wasn't to most people. Because why would everybody else care? They just want to know USB-C. Okay, got that. Front panel I/O, this is gonna be like your power button and all that jazz. Boom. Got that plugged in, and then now we've got some fans to plug in. All right, so we've got 4 fans, right? Got exhaust, 2 intakes, and then the GPU fan. So let's just check what our I/O looks like down here. So we've got one there, one there, one there, and one there. I think that's what we'll use. So I'm gonna pull this fan down to the bottom. We'll stick it in there. So there's exhaust fan taken care of. Okay, GPU fan. We'll keep that along the bottom as well and run it over to here. Boom. And then our lower intake fan, we will plug in down at the bottom as well, like that. And our upper intake fan is gonna come right down here. Connect to that chassis fan header, like that. Boom. There's all of our initial I/O. Okay, got all that. That's gonna end up going there. I think we can stick these guys through here. Okay, that definitely fits there. It's gonna go with that. Okay. There's all that. It's all semi-tidy. I think this guy will end up doing something similar and bringing it in through here. Let's get a cable tie for that. Do I have the parts list for this PC? Yeah, try typing in !specs, S-P-E-C-S. Botrix is kind of weird sometimes, and it might not actually work. If it doesn't work, then I can tell it to you. You can also look at the if you jump to the description for the video. It's also in there, the description for the live stream. But yeah, the specs should do it. I don't see, yeah, it says Botrix joined the chat, so there you go. Cool. It looks like it almost didn't all get cut off. The only thing that's missing on there is we've got the NZXT H5 Flow case and the 750 watt power supply. Unfortunately, YouTube vertical limits the characters, like the number of characters in a single chat message. So that's what happened there. Okay. Everything that's in there is plugged in, so let's get our power supply out here. Get this box opened up. Got a weird connector cable with my case that has a round end with like a 6-pin female connector, and it's short. No, there is a GPU. The GPU we always put in last. That kind of sounds like an old school mouse connector. Or keyboard connector, but how old is the computer or the case? Yeah, Carlo, there is a 4060 Ti. That's what. Oh, it cut off in the middle of it. So there's an MSI Gaming Ventus 2X OC RTX 4060 Ti. The joys of YouTube vertical. Don't know why it does that, but whatever. Okay, here's our power supply. Okay, the 4060 Ti should just need a single 8-pin. So let's figure out what we need from this bag. Yeah, it's all in the description. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that the verticals limit your characters. Okay, so 24 pin for motherboard. There's a PCIe cable. Let's see if I can find one that doesn't have a daisy chain. There's my CPU cable. And there's another PCIe cable. CPU cable. And these are all SATA cables, which we don't need. So, all right, I guess we have a daisy chain. That's fine. It's not the end of the world, just doesn't look as good. Okay, there we go. All right, we're gonna start with our CPU power cable. Okay, got that in there. Run our cable to the back. Run that through there. Okay, let's grab a zip tie over here. That. Nope, there will be a GPU, 4060 Ti. All right, let's get this stuff connected into our power supply. The specs list, it just limits the number of characters. And then we always put the GPU in last. So if that's why you're wondering, if you're just not seeing the GPU yet, well, you're just not seeing the GPU yet. Because I put it in last. Let's get this sticker off. Power supply. Okay. Got that. This other sticker. Okay, those off. Get our GPU power cable plugged in here. Sevenk, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's in the description. It just, I tried to put that exclamation point specs in, and I always forget that there's a character limit, and I actually don't know exactly what the character limit is for a single message on the YouTube vertical streams. It's only YouTube vertical. The YouTube horizontal doesn't have that problem. So I need to like start limiting the actual text and just like be a little less descriptive on each component so that everything fits. Katie, how are you doing? Or is that Katie? Or no? Got a little piece of wood holding up your 4080 Max. Gonna 3D print something. Hey, there you go. Yeah, anything that you can do to keep it from sagging. It doesn't really matter what it is. So you definitely don't want that thing to sag too much, because it will definitely cause problems. Okay, power supply is installed there. I definitely totally meant to do this CPU cable now with it installed, not before. Okay, there we go. Wasn't too hard. Okay, motherboard power cable. It's gonna go right up there. Like this. It's really nice. There's no RGB in this computer, so it's very fast. Very fast build today. Okay. Okay. No. Give me my glove back. Okay. Got that. Okay. Got that in there. Okay, we got that there. All right, so there's still a little bit of cleaning up to do down there with some of our cables, but almost everything's in. So let's get our GPU installed here, which just means backing this off a little bit. And then that should be a 2-slot card. So we'll take 2 of these off. What up, Smarf? How you doing? What do you think of the SUP01 case? I don't know what case that is. What brand is that from? I'm not familiar with it off the top of my head. Yo, what up, Van? How we doing? Good to see you in here. It's been a minute since we had a PC build to stream. Lee and Lee SUP01. Is that? The name sounds familiar now. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Hold on, let me look at it on my phone real quick. Jog my memory here. Oh, that one. I have yet to build in one of these. So I don't have like, I don't know if I have the best perspective on it. I mean, it's a really cool looking case, and that's the one where you mount the GPU to the front, right? Like your GPU is always mounted to like the front or the side. Like it's never mounted like here, like you'd mount it up here or over here. I mean, it's a cool concept for sure. I haven't gotten my hands on one to build in it, so I don't actually know what it's like to build in, you know? Spotby, what's up? Good thing that has Wi-Fi motherboard. Yeah, it's definitely more useful for the Bluetooth than the Wi-Fi. And if you're gaming, like if you're, you know, anything more than like just casual gamer, like if you really like to play competitively for anything online, like you want to have your computer wired in to internet, not Wi-Fi, just to eliminate latency, like bouncing up and down a lot. Okay. Cool, there's our cute little GPU, RTX 4060 Ti. 2 weeks till so you build your computers? Let's go. Yeah, James, I do like the idea of that case. I haven't built in it yet. I've only seen some like pictures and videos, like short videos on it. But it's a really cool concept. So I think it would be really cool to build a PC in one. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's seated. I don't know. I figured out what the weird thing was. It was a motherboard beeper. Still don't know why it came with the case. Oh. Really? It came with the case? Interesting. Usually, like, usually for something like that, it would come with the motherboard. I don't have a PC, but I'm gonna get one for Christmas. Decided to watch your stream. Hey, well, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. If nothing else, hopefully, you know, you learn a little bit about PCs, and maybe you can make a more informed decision when you end up buying one. You know, obviously, I'm partial to, you know, people buying PCs from me because, you know, I do that. I sell PCs, but it's not, you know, it's not a requirement, obviously, for you to watch the stream. Okay, so tie that off so that it's not sticking out too far. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Where do I ship? I typically, most of my sales are all within the US, so anywhere within the US. I have shipped outside of the US to like the UK and stuff, and to Canada. It just obviously costs more to ship out there, and then you will also have to pay import tax, which, you know, stuff is going to cost import tax, whether you are the one that pays it up front or whether it gets paid by the retailer that you buy it from. But yeah, that's totally understandable, Van. Like if this, like obviously like buying from me would be like the alternative to like going and buying it from Best Buy or wherever, right? Like if you're gonna build it yourself, like that's, you know, that's a good way to do it. But obviously I don't want people going to Best Buy and buying junky pre-builts and then being, you know, unhappy with it, because that happens all the time. There's been just so many instances of people coming and be like, oh, I got this PC and it like doesn't work right. I'm like, well, what is it? And they show me. I'm like, well, yeah, okay, that's why. You get what you pay for. Like, there's a reason why Best Buy and these other retailers, Amazon, whatever, can sell these systems for dirt cheap. It's because they're cheap. They're not good systems, you know? Okay. Okay, got all these zip ties cut. Boom, there it is. System done, buttoned up. Don't like that, it's kind of weird, but. Yeah, I'll just tuck that back there. There, that looks better. Here we go. There it is from the front. Like I said, I was hoping there would be a cable that didn't have a daisy chain on it, but it was not to be. Still a good looking little system. And it's all blacked out, no RGB. I don't really like a lot of RGB the front of the PC, maybe like a little, like the Lenovo Legion T5 or Dell G5. Yeah, I'm also partial to like minimal RGB on computers. Obviously, a lot of people that buy computers from me want lots of RGB, and I'm happy to oblige for them. But yeah, I'm a fan of minimal RGB, even no RGB like this one. I'm thinking about building a new PC too because my current one is old and trash AF. Cooling it with an external cooler. Oh wow. I want to wait till Nvidia drops the 50 series and get a 47 Ti. Maybe. What do you think about that plan? If you're gonna spend the money to get something that level, I would get a 47 Ti Super, but it's honestly not a bad idea. Like, yeah, like one generation old for a GPU is like not a terrible idea. It's still gonna be really good. You're definitely gonna be happy with its capability still. And you'll definitely save some money. It's just a question of how soon will prices actually come down, because prices didn't actually come down much on the 30 series before they just like stopped making them. So that's the thing you have to worry about. Buy a 7800X 3D today or wait till the 9800X 3D comes out. New high-end build. The 9800X 3D comes out very soon. So like unless you're like absolutely desperate to have a PC right now, the 9800X 3D is coming out really soon. I mean, you know, there's no saying that it's gonna be way better. Like, we don't know yet if it's gonna be way better than the 7800X 3D, and it'll probably take a little while for the motherboard updates and stuff to really catch up with its capabilities. But yeah, I mean, it's only like a month-ish away supposedly, based on everything we've seen like today. Am I on Twitch? No, I'm just on Kick and YouTube. Came with your laptop right now, but I'm thinking of getting a PC. Should you get one now? I mean, it's never a bad time to buy a PC. Like, 7800X 3D is still an incredible CPU, and it's only gonna come down in price when the 9800X 3D comes out. So I don't think it's a bad idea to go with. And the 7800X 3D is an incredible gaming CPU. So you're going to be happy with the performance of that. Just, you know, as long as you build the system properly or spec it out properly, like, you're still gonna be really happy with that in your system. All right, we built it. It's here, it's done. It's time for the first ever power on. Normally we would be dimming the lights and all that jazz, but there's no RGB, so there's no bright shiny to look at. So I just want to see your favorite emoji in the chat before we fire this thing up, okay? Got some new subs, Sebenk, Dada, and Zsamarat coming in with subs on YouTube. Appreciate that. For pure gaming builds, do I really need / have a benefit from an AIO? A good air cooler is totally fine. A good air cooler will definitely be capable of cooling your CPU. Just get your, make sure it is a good air cooler and one that, is appropriately sized for whatever CPU you decide to put in your system. And obviously, the whole case needs to have good airflow in order for your CPU cooler to be effective, right? How long did it take you to build this? How long have we been live? Someone type in !uptime for me. Here, we'll at least pull this light down. It'll make it a little less bright. What up, Rytech? This stream started 1 hour and 3 minutes ago, so just under an hour, because it definitely took us a few minutes after we went live to actually start doing anything. So we'll call it an hour flat. Not bad, huh? All right, Van's got some emojis up. Carlo, love the loading emoji. Ammo, show you coming in with some awesome emojis over there. I can't read it from here. You go a little closer. Oh, was that spam? Oh my God, that's my new favorite emoji. Whose emoji is that? Is that your own emoji? Hawaii Yeti. Bro, I love spam. All right, so in this system, we've got Ryzen 7 7700X cooled by this ID cooling frozen 410, RTX 4060 Ti, 3 terabytes of storage, 64 gigs of RAM, the Asus B650E plus Wi-Fi motherboard, 750 watts of power coming from Seasonic, the NZXT H5 Flow case, and a couple of extra NZXT fans courtesy of yours truly. First ever power on. If I can find the button, here it is. Play Cyberpunk using that RGB less spec. Yeah. Hold on, do I have a better scene for the vertical than this? I don't think I do. Nope, too zoomed in. We'll stick with this so you guys can see the whole PC. Can you have it? No. This is pre-purchased, and as soon as it's ready to go, it will be shipped to the customer. Friday, you're building your very first PC, and it's your first time, so wish me luck. Hey, good luck. It's a little scary the first time, but it definitely gets easier every time, for sure. 64 gigs of RAM is mad. I can't speak. I only managed to use all of it once because of a memory leak. Yeah, 64 is way more than the average person needs, especially if you're just gaming. The only time where it's really going to be helpful and necessary would be something like if you are editing from the system, like high-end video editing, or maybe you do like 3D modeling or anything like that. Animation, stuff like that uses a lot of RAM, so it could be useful for that. But if you're just gaming and stuff, 32 is more than enough. What is your take on Be Quiet? I was always a big fan for silent, no RGB, and premium build quality for the last decade. I love Be Quiet stuff. We've got a system coming up that's got some Be Quiet RGB fans. They're just like, they have like a ring on them. I really like those fans, they're great. Be Quiet has made really nice coolers in the past. They actually have a new light loop that I wanna test out. I tried to reach out to them to see if they would send me one, but they didn't. Can I ship to the Middle East? I can. It's probably gonna be pretty expensive to get it all the way over there, and I don't know if there would be import taxes or not. So we'll have to look into that, but I am able to ship that far. Remember to double check the power connected to your graphics card. Yeah, make sure that it's plugged in all the way. And if you have a higher end 40 series graphics card, be very gentle with the power supply to those because it is fragile and can cause issues and it can break. But yeah, so Be Quiet. I really like their stuff. I used to have a pre-built system on my old website with the Be Quiet Pure Base 500DX case, which actually has on the back side, it actually has on the inside of this rear panel has like sound deadening like padding added to the inside with like just really nice like minimal RGB built into the case, but in a really good way, and great airflow, good build quality. Yeah, I love Be Quiet stuff. I wish I could work with them more. Maybe we'll send this to them and be like, hey, I really like your stuff. Let's work together, okay? Okay. Is it important to renew the thermal paste? Yes. You don't have to do it that often. A good rule of thumb is to do it every 1 to 2 years. And that should be often enough that you never actually have to worry about your thermal paste drying out and becoming ineffective. Or you can always just do what everybody else does, and just as soon as you start noticing increase temperatures in your CPU or decrease performance, go in and change your thermal paste. But that's kind of, ideally you would do it earlier so that you don't cause your CPU to run hotter, which is gonna like reduce its life. So it's better to do it preventative. Aaron, sorry, no, I missed your, I do see it. I missed it, that's my fault. Where can I send you my list? I'm building a PC and I have the parts here. Not sure yet if it'll be okay. Send me an email, build, B-U-I-L-D, at redneckengineer.com. My email is on my website, redneckengineer.com. You can just fill out the contact form if you want to do that, and we can start messaging that way. That's probably the easiest way, and I get notifications on my phone and stuff. So as soon as I get a new email, I'll see it. Unless of course I'm live streaming. How much did this PC cost? I believe this was around $1,800, and that's with taxes and shipping within the US included. What's the strangest problem you've encountered with a PC? You'll change yours every 3 months? Oh my gosh. It's very often. I would say every year is even a little excessive. Every year to 2 years. It's usually like, it's one of those things like every like couple months, it's good to take your computer and like clean it out really well. And while you're doing that, if you're competent enough and comfortable enough, you have access to everything, everything's unplugged, you might as well just take your CPU cooler off and redo the thermal paste once a year or so. Obviously, that's very much like a preventative measure, not like needs to happen at that schedule. Strangest problem I've encountered with a PC. I mean, I've had some like really weird issues with like dead on arrival RAM, where it just causes a bunch of weird things to happen and it didn't make sense. I also posted a video recently of a guy who brought in his computer to me, and the power button itself had broken. It's like you'd press on the power button and nothing would happen. But the pins were fine. It was just literally the power button wasn't creating that like electrical contact. That was really weird. What was the craziest build in terms of specs and stuff you've ever done? I did one that cost about $10,500 all when it was all said and done, and that included shipping and stuff. It was a while ago now. That had a 7950. Yeah. No, it might have been Ryzen 5000 series. No, it was AM5. So it had a Ryzen 9 7950X. It had like 128 gigs of RAM. It was all custom water cooled in the Corsair 1000D Obsidian case, which weighs like 80 pounds all by itself. It had a 3090 in it, and yeah, all hardlined, water cooled, with like 14 Corsair RGB fans in it. That's how the case was just so big. You have to clean your PC every 2 weeks with all the animals? Oh geez. Yo, what up, Spot Bean? You don't have to send me anything though? What do you mean I don't have to send you anything? What are you talking about? Your build is 850. That's not bad at all if it's all, building all yourself. Does a tube/syringe of thermal paste expire when it is open? It doesn't expire right away, but I would say the effectiveness of it definitely degrades over time. So if you're not building stuff all the time or using it all the time, I would say don't buy any right now. Like just buy it when you need it and get like a small tube of it, because they're only like $6 or $8. First time building a PC, what things should I prioritize if I'm buying the parts slowly over a 6-month period? Not exposed to air, open, but the package/seal is broken. Yeah, it can still degrade over time, even without that. But it should be pretty good for at least like 6 months to a year, I would assume. Things you should prioritize if you're building it slowly. Over a 6-month period, I mean, prioritize making sure you get a case that has good airflow. You can get your motherboard early, or sorry, your power supply early. You could even choose like your motherboard early, and then, you know, the big hitters like your GPU and CPU you could get later on. You just have to make sure that whatever motherboard you get an equivalent CPU. Yeah, it's kind of hard if you stretch it out that much, because things change pretty fast. The PC had beans in it. Oh my God. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I've seen that video. Strangest problem I've had was USB and RGB disconnecting randomly under load. Oh, weird. Get a power supply that has 20% more than the power you need. That's a good rule of thumb, or even more. Yeah. Just get a big power supply. And you can use things like Seasonic, Newegg, and other places have calculators to like tell you what your minimum amount of power that you need based on like your CPU, GPU, RAM, and SSDs and stuff. So you can take a look at those so that you understand how big of a power supply you want to get at minimum. If you don't buy a GPU, make sure your CPU has an internal GPU as a feature. That's true. So for Intel, that would mean don't buy any Intel CPUs that have an F at the end of their name. And same thing, I think Ryzen is doing that the same now with their newest stuff. So the 8000 and 9000 series, if you see an F at the end, that means it doesn't have, I think 7000 too, that means it doesn't have integrated graphics. And then if you go older, the Ryzen 5000 series, unless it has a G at the end, it does not have integrated graphics. So it's good to know. Just emailed you, let me know. All right, will do. Your build came over a 2-month period. That's not too bad. You can game on a CPU with integrated graphics sometimes. Some games you can do with integrated graphics, but like you're not going to be playing Call of Duty on anything above like 1080p absolute low settings with integrated graphics. Onboard graphics used to just be a thing. It's true. Oh, for a sponsor, you guys don't have to send me nothing, just a code if someone wants to get a PC from you. Oh, gotcha. I see. Okay. Do I think a 7600X with a RX 7600 GPU is a good combo since it's on sale? That 7600 is not an incredible GPU. Is it the 7600 XT at least? If it's on sale together, I mean, and it's a really good deal, it's not bad. It's gonna be, I mean, it's usable. Like like you can play everything you want at 1080p. It's just not, it's not an incredible GPU. Personally, I would get like an older generation, higher end GPU over the 7600, but that's obviously not an option if they're coming in as a combo. I wouldn't buy a CPU without integrated graphics. I like to have some redundancy. Yeah, for sure. For a second, I read that as I would like to have some latency, which is not true. You don't induce latency. I was playing Helldivers 2 at 9 FPS on lowest settings. 9 FPS is pretty low. Yeah, it's really nice to have integrated graphics. It's very, very nice. Nice build doing right now. Hey, thank you. This is a pretty awesome little build. No RGB whatsoever. Just you got the LEDs for debug. But that was exactly what the customer wanted. He wanted a stealth build. And honestly, I think this is pretty sick. That ain't playing, that's watching a dive. All right, y'all. H5 Flow, yes. This is the 2022 version of the H5 Flow. They're only like 85 bucks right now. Not bad. It comes with 2 fans. I have a bunch of extra NZXT fans sitting around from builds, so I slapped 2 more intakes in it. This thing is gonna stay nice and cool. All right, that's the end of the PC build stream for today. If you're on Kick, we'll be hopping over and playing some games with Rytech. If you're on YouTube and you want to hang out, keep asking questions and talking tech while we game, kick.com/redneck engineer, spelled exactly the same way as the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to come watch, you can do that right now. My personal PC has an H5 Elite 2022 version for 70-something bucks. Oh, nice. I don't like the Elite stuff that much just because their airflow is not nearly as good as the Flow, obviously, because like this is all open air, open area. But I can't deny they look good. Can't deny they look good. All right. Thank you all so much for coming in and hanging out. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got some more builds coming in here soon. So, you know, we'll be live a little bit more than we have been recently. Builds kind of dried up a little bit there for a while. So we'll be back live streaming in no time. If you're on Kick, don't leave. I mean, we could probably end the stream so I can reset it up, but it's fine. Bye! We're gonna play in some Warzone. Bye, 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 bye.